Alrighty, then just uploaded. We all good. We all good. Before the day over with, just want to put some positive vibes down the timeline. Been trying to work on my crypto. Second time I've got disproved. And I know exactly the reason why this time. You know, they say that the third time's the charm. My third time around, I'll be complete. The process will be done. I know exactly what I did wrong this time and what I should have did, but once I submitted the application, it was already too late. The application for the updates, which is really about me putting the link to the coin, the information, the logo, and basically how you can know it's available, what it looks like, and more information about it. So that's the process and the part that I'm currently at pause. And it's an interesting journey, nevertheless, creating crypto coins, also NFTs. I got the NFT part pretty much down packed, but now I'm working on the cryptos. You know, we're constantly evolving. This is the Team Angie exclusive addition to our company and what we have to offer as far as value and as far as opportunities to help you feel good, look good, and be good in life, you know, be successful. Not only that, but having time for to do the things that you truly desire to do and having financial freedom, you know, having money to go and do the things that you truly need to do and using this money as a tool, chasing after your dreams and goals, not after money. That's what my live mentorship is about, and this is what I teach. Also, I'm an advocate for mental health awareness. If you're looking for tips and tools to manage stress and anxiety, you're here at the right place at the right time. This moment is here for you. Today is July 31st, 2025, and this is the reading for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. So, this is the end of the month, and we're going to end this month with a bang. This month, my goal was just to learn how to create a cryptocurrency coin, and that goal has been completed. I'm excited, you know. It's what you do with your time. And over time, you create habits. It's the habits that you create that put you in position to be closer to your dreams, or the habits you create will take you further away from your dreams. So that's what it is, what I do with my time. I create habits to put me closer to my dreams, and my dreams are coming true. So for this right here, thanks for tuning in. Peace and blessings. It's the motivation that helps me get by, and maybe it help you. But nevertheless, this is July 31st reading for today. Trust me in the depths of your being. It is there that I live in constant communion with you. When you feel flustered and frazzled on the outside, do not get upset with yourself. You are only human. And this swirl of events going on all around you will sometimes feel overwhelming. Rather than scolding yourself for your humanness, which I talk about a lot, you know, when you get into spirituality, don't forget that you are a human. You get so lost in the spiritual world, you forget how to deal with human beings. And it's a balance of both. A lot of people say this new age Christianity, the new age spirituality is for the wicked, and they're right. You know, a lot of y'all practice a lot of different spirituality, a lot of different spiritual stuff, and you lose yourself. You get so high up in the spirit world and all that spiritual stuff that you forget how to be a human being, and you miss out on the human being experiences and opportunities that comes with it, and vice versa. You know, you could be so high and mighty in this physical world with the physical things, and you be lost in the spirit world when it's time to transition. So what I do is I practice both, you know, because just because you're in a religion don't mean that religion is going to have your back. It doesn't mean that you're going to be able to use the things that come with it. You know, we say magic, right? Prayers coming true is magic. Miracles happening is magic. Whatever you want to label these things, manifestation, whatever, right? You want to know how to be able to use these tools that are available. And one more thing that's important is to know the laws of the universe that helps you do these things. You know, what goes up must come down. It's about making things make sense. But nevertheless, this let's carry on because this is dope and it's going into what I talk about a lot. You watch all my videos, you'll see everything leading up to this moment and why it all makes sense. I just dropped a video as well, so check that out. And it's in addition to this, you know, as far as how I market, how I make money, and it's the stuff that I got going on with Team Angie. This will be my third year in business come September 22nd. You guys are welcome to celebrate with me this milestone. So I started off with accessories. Now I have master resale right products, affiliate marketing products. I got AI twin bots. Everything I do is digital, going digital with it, like Nipsey. I own all my shit, no middleman, 100% profits. So everything you do is not about me making money off you. Is me making money, of course, right? Because that's what I'm in business for. I don't run a nonprofit organization. No shit I do is free. I make money, and then you in position to start making money. You know, the product is yours to do what you please, and the product is e-course. It's a course that you go to school and pay for. The same type of situation. You pay for to go to college, right? You don't get no information, you don't get no education if you don't apply yourself. That's the same with my e-courses. You get the shit, you don't pick it up, you don't learn it, you don't know it. What I do is apply these lessons that I learn. The information that I learn, I apply it, and now I have the skills. All the videos you see, I learned this shit through this program. I just started doing this almost a year. Next month, I'll be a 1 year doing it. Of course, I take breaks, mental health awareness, and just being busy isn't being productive. So that's one thing, because you see me dropping videos all the time, that doesn't mean anything. And when you see me not doing videos, that doesn't mean anything either. Like I said, yo, what up, Detroit kid? Yo, I'm in Michigan too, Kalamazoo County, baby. I'm in the woods with it though. It's a little. I'm in the country area. Peace and blessings. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all new to my channel as well. I'm Aaron Glenn, a private personal consultant. I advocate for mental health awareness. I handle Team Angie, and we all about making money online and live mentorship. I got this exclusive community I built exactly for you and me, for people who are self-starters. If you're not a self-starter, I can't fuck with you. I only fuck with people who know what they doing and, who got dreams and goals. I make my dreams and goals come true. I'm constantly putting myself in position to be where I want to be in life. And that's to be able to help people who need, who's looking for tips and tricks to manage stress and anxiety, because this world is a dangerous place to be at times. And also it's a better place to be at times when you're in a better place of mind. It's about how you see the world, your perspective of it. And that's why this world is in a falling place right now, because so many people are blind, trying to lead the blind, and nobody has a real compassionate heart. Yo, what up? Nobody knows how to balance the spiritual life with the physical life. So it's a lot of people out here, they off the rockers. They're not balanced. So this world is so unbalanced. It's a lot of people out here just off the rockers. Yo, what up? Lula Ye. That's a pretty name. I like that. Peace and blessings, love. Yeah, I like to be in a reflection of myself. When I look in the mirror, if I'm not happy with the person I am, the way that I present myself, then I know I need changes. I'm not perfect, nor do I try to be, but I do know the things that I need to work on for myself, and I am currently working on them. I have room for adjustment, plenty of room for adjustment. I'm not no perfect guy, but I'm mindful. I practice mindfulness a lot. A lot of people walk around socially unaware because they're not mindful of what's going on. And that's why, like, with the McDonald's girl, I wish I could have been able to speak to her about mental health. A lot of people walking around suffering in silence. My community is for people like her. Peace and blessings. I'm a sub too, no doubt. Soon as I'm done, we're gonna get into it. I'll definitely show love. That's what I do all day, every day. What I'm doing now is just showing love, putting positive vibes on the timeline. I was just reading from this book, but I got to talking a little bit because, I kind of preach a little bit too. I grew up PK, and that's a preacher kid. My dad brought me into this life, the spiritual world side of it, and I'm glad about it because I know the power of spirituality. Christian, semi-Christian, whatever. Yeah, I got to be. Eris, what up, dog? What up? Thanks for tuning in, man. I haven't always been like this. The person I am is the person I become for the things that I want in life. When I look back, years from now today, right? When I look back on my past self, I don't even know the way that I was thinking because I was in survival mode. Also, I was doing what I had to do at that time. The things that I cared about and the things that I care about now, they constantly change. I'm not going to constantly be the same person. Life is about development. You don't come in this world as an emerald and then become a fetus, and then you become a physical, you stay a baby your whole life. But some people do, mentally they stay young. They go in their second childhood. You can grow up as an individual, tall, But mentally, people ain't growing up, and you see it in their actions. You see it throughout the day, right? You can look around and see motherfuckers who you can't really tell how old they are by the way that they act. It's a lot of older people, respect your elders, but that doesn't mean go deal with the bullshit. You set boundaries and you detect that type of stuff. That's why I practice mindfulness. When I detect the ignorant motherfucker, whether my age or younger or whatever, that's when it's time for me to divide. Not being equally yoked in life is why a lot of y'all fail in life. You want to be around so many people that's not headed where you're trying to go. And that's the thing, sometimes you have to travel your journey alone. It's not always easy, but it's definitely simple. Being consistent, doing what you got to do is an easy thing. It's simple as that. There will be times where you don't have the energy, where you don't have the motivation, or you just don't feel like it. Being a content creator, digital marketer, whatever, right? This ain't no this ain't no thing for the weak. A lot of people hop in this industry and they hop right back out because it takes work. People not willing to work. Working from home means working from home. You'll put the same amount of time at somebody else's establishment. Why not do it for yourself? 10, but it feel like, if it's getting late, you can always come back to my channel. I'll go live. I go live like almost every day, for real, for real. I just be on here putting out positive vibes, but I put out videos every single day. Every single day. I got videos pre-posted, pre-scheduled to drop all the way to November. So, these videos gonna drop regardless if I go live or not. They already posted, ready to drop. They already scheduled. And then I just wanted to go live because it's almost 12 o'clock. Like you said, it's pretty late in the day. I usually get on at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. and I do my readings. But I've been kind of working on my mental health, and also I'm trying to drop these NFTs. Like, it's a new thing for me, so it's taking a little while longer than I thought. And I just wanted to take a little break. Like, I smoke and chill, and I just try to keep my mind right. But I'm trying to get away from that part of my life, where I'm smoking and stuff like that. I'm always ready, but it's just a tool of mine that I use for my stress at the moment. I'm blessed to be in position to be able to do these things, so I do them. But I am conscious to know that I'm trying to transition to another relief system. I stress like everybody else stress. I go through things like everybody else go through things. I have moments where I'm down and I have to pick myself up. I have moments where I'm lost in a sea of uncertainty, not sure what to do, how to do it, or when to do it. But you know what? Everything in life is figure outable. And at those moments, I take my time to step away, get a different look, process it all, you know, re-examine my strategies as well. Life is about pivoting from one point to the next. You might start a job, you might not do the functions of that job that you really like, but in that process, you're being humbled, you're being, showing growth as a person, that you can not only do the things that you feel are less desirable, but you can be able to step in and make things happen. And these are the type of people that the world needs more of, people that step up and be courageous, not to be negative and, on some rah-rah shit. But people like Martin Luther King to step up for injustice and equality and social rights, stuff like that. Not to say that that's what you need to be doing, but as far as what makes sense in the world, right? Being valuable to the world, being an asset to the world, like gold and cash and real estate. These things help people flourish in life, just like people help people flourish in life. A teacher will help get you the education you need to go down the path that you're desired to go down, whether that be a lawyer. You have somebody to teach you how to be a lawyer. You have to have somebody to teach you how to be a culinary artist. You have to have somebody to teach you how to be a business and maintenance. These different professions and fields. Somebody has to educate you. You need somebody to protect you, right? That's why we have law enforcement, we have the firemen, we have the army and stuff like that, right? These people put their lives on the line day to day to protect their communities, to protect their loved ones. And it's a lot of bad cops and good cops, but not to pick out the bunch of them all. They all have a job that's, honorable and applicable to being asset to the community. When you out here, mindset is very important, man. When you out here entertaining negativity, what do you think is going to come from it? When you focus on, let me tell you one thing I learned in this lifetime, and I've been the most negative person that you can think of. Right now, it's not the same person that I used to be. It's not the same person that you'll ever see again because I'm constantly evolving to be the best version of myself. I might seem good now, I might seem bad now, whatever people want to think of me, right? Which I don't really care because I sleep well at night knowing I am who I need to be for myself, right? Yes, I really appreciate that. Thanks for saying that. God loves you. That's powerful, man. A lot of people don't, they don't talk like that. They don't want you to know that God loves you and that we are God's and we co-create with God and God loves us. And that's very true. Whatever your God may be, whoever your God may be, it's important to know that God created us in his image and that we are all equals and we are all designed the same. We all have feelings, we all have desires. We all desire to be loved and loved correctly, right? We all feel that we want to be successful in life, no matter what that success looks like to each and every individual. And yeah, I had to pin that comment because that's dope, man. God loves me, God loves you. And that's why I do this because I want to share the love that God shares with me with other people. I am human being, I was born in the sin. And that doesn't mean that I'm always going to be a type of godly person that you would want to see or be around because I am darkness as well. And as much as depend on me, I like to shine my light. I don't like to dwell in the darkness. When I was in a place, a city and town, just being me, doing me, right? Living with females. My hat was my home. I was a Rolling Stone. Where I laid my hat was where my home was. I was in the streets. But nevertheless, right? One thing that I learned was, and I kind of lost my train of thought, but it was about like, man, I kind of lost it. That place was a special place for me, though. It woke me up. It just helped me become the person that I am today. And I really appreciate my downfalls in life. It's the struggles that I really appreciate that help me become the winner that I am today. If you never fail in life, you never know how to succeed. Don't look at failure as the final destination or, the final outcome because it takes failure to know how to succeed. And it takes failure to be humble. I keep saying. I failed a lot in life. I even feel like a current failure from time to time, not being where I want to be in a position to take care of my child. And this is why I do these things because I'm a loving parent as well. I have a child, a teenager that I'm trying to take care of. I'm not a single parent. My baby mama do a lot, and I appreciate her a lot. But I don't want to leave everything on her or whatever. Right? I don't look for the government to help me take care of my situations and my responsibilities. So I created my own way. I'm a three-time felon, so it's kind of hard to get jobs. I just wrapped up a case 2023 October. So, and it wasn't even that I'd done anything. Well, this might sound tricky. It wasn't anything that I'd done wrong. I didn't do anything. Yep, he plays sports. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back too. So yeah, like I want to do a lot of things for him. I want to provide, and that's my main goal. Being in position to take care of my son and get him the things that he never had, and just to be there, be a parent, just like God is a parent to me, and God continuously providing my every need. I don't wake up worrying about what. I just wake up in gratefulness. I thank God every day that He allowed me to wake up, giving me the present of life for the 24 hours that I live. And I go throughout the day trying to be as creative as I can, leaving a legacy behind. I have so many creations out in the world that's going to speak for me long after I'm gone. And you will see exactly the depths of my heart that I put out into all of my projects, the passion that I left behind in them. Everything I do with passion, I do with purpose. I'm guided by purpose. The vision I have leads me to get up and do the things that I do that I'm passionate about, which is educating people and sharing the knowledge that I have that helps me get through life less resistance. I don't force anything to happen in my life. These things happen for me because I'm in tune with the universe. And I'm in tune with God, with creation. God is creating the experiences that I desire and helping me to create those experiences. So yeah, that's what it's about, man. Having that mindset to be able to do these type of things, because when you feel powerless and empowered, it's two different things. When you're feeling powerless, you start to feel a lack, you start to feel despair, and all those things are low vibrational emotions that help you not help you. They don't help you experience a positive experience. When you focus on things like happiness, trust, you trust that you're in a position of abundance, you be more confident to have more experiences of being happiness and being happiness and being happy. You're confident enough to go after those experiences, right? You don't trust that you have the confidence, and then you go back down to doubt, lack, despair, guilt, all those emotions that bring you down. And if you sit there and dwell in those emotions and you live by that, it take up your 24 hours a day. What do you gain from it, from that day? I'm mindful enough to know what the things that trigger me or the shit that piss me off or irritate me or distract me or whatever, right? That's taking me away from my goals. I let it be. And I just regroup, refresh, and just be like, okay, whatever I was doing at the moment, whatever I was into at the moment, I put it out what I need to put out. And that was that. And I move on to the next thing. All right, have a good night. Peace and blessings. Thanks for tuning in, Detroit kid. Much love always. I'm gonna come subscribe to your channel too as soon as I'm done. But I want to leave you guys with the rest of this reading before it gets too late. I know I get to chit chatting a lot, and that's what I do. But it's about giving you guys the value that you need. I could tell you these things all day, but it won't make sense if you never really experienced it from me, or if you don't really know me like that. Somebody, I could show you all of my success, I could show you everything, but if you don't feel it, you don't feel it. And people got to feel you. And the thing about me, I'm always about the vibes, because I don't like to feel negative. I don't like to feel, what I'm saying, the shit that I don't like to feel. So the things that I do like to feel is what I be putting out into the universe. Trust me in the depths of your being. It is there that I live in constant communion with you. When you feel flustered and frazzled on the outside, do not get upset with yourself. You are only human. And the swirl of events going on all around you will sometimes feel overwhelming. Rather than scolding yourself from your humanness, remind yourself that I am both with you and within you. I am with you at all times, encouraging and supporting rather than condemning. I know that deep within you, you live. My peace is your continual experience. Slow down your pace of living from time to time. Quiet your mind sometimes in my presence. Then you will be able to hear my bestowing the resurrection blessings. Peace be with you. Colossians chapter 1, verse 27, Matthew chapter 28, verse 20, and also John chapter 20, verse 19. You guys can screenshot that, or, this was the reading for today. And I got like a little Android phone, so, it ain't the best of the best, but it gets the job done. So with this little phone, and to do what I do, you don't need no laptop, you don't need no expensive camera. You just need a cell phone. I got products, master resale rights, e-courses, live mentorship. All you got to do is go to teamangellc.com, type in your email address, and if y'all new to my channel, make sure y'all subscribe. Type in your email address, and then I send you the free blueprint copy from Team Angie, and also the newsletter for the week. Drop newsletters every week on what we got going on. If you want to check out our live webinars, free blueprint, it's all in the website. You just put your email in, and then everything comes to you within 2 hours. Really, yeah, within 2 hours. Team Angie will send you those two emails. You'll have your free blueprint. Also, you'll have a newsletter to check out all the latest that we got going on. But yeah, to know more about me, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I go live every day. If not, I'm for sure dropping videos and shorts every single day. Already scheduled to drop. All you got to do is check them out. They drop like from 12 to basically 369 and 2 o'clock in the morning is when they drop. And I'm big on numbers and I love 369. So yeah, you'll catch me around them hours. And if you want to catch me live, make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Always, every day. And it's always peace and blessings from Team Angie. Much love. And again, I'm Aaron Glenn, the handler of Team Angie, private personal consultant. I also advocate for mental health awareness because also, if you didn't know, now you should know. It's the perfect time I tell you who is Angie. Angela, the girl on my wrist. This is a late sister of mine I lost to mental health awareness. And that's why I advocate for mental health awareness because, um, it's sad to see people suffer in silence. And I know that people are really hurting out here in this world, hurting enough to where they would take their own life. And that's how I lost my sister. And that's what woke me up to mental health awareness. And it's a pain that cuts deep, a scar that never heals. And to bounce back in life, not even to bounce back, but to keep going, because it's times where I don't want to go, but I don't have the strength to do that, and I don't think I ever will. But unfortunately, my sister, she lost her life that way years ago, and to keep her legacy alive is why Team Angie is here. Team Angie will always be here despite my sister being gone. So, yeah, if you ever want to know, if you ever been wondering, or if you ever, just curious about Team Angie, why Team Angie? Because Team Angie is a part of me. It's my sister I lost to mental health awareness, and I make sure that I try to help save whoever I can by speaking on mental health awareness and let you guys know that you don't have to suffer in silence nor suffer alone. So I've created this community, a safe space for people to, get the type of information they need and to talk about these type of things. It's no judgment. It's a safe space, a free zone for these type of conversations. And thank you a lot. Just because it's been years ago doesn't mean I don't feel it. Doesn't mean I don't. When I see people playing with their siblings, it kind of it does something to me. It's certain little triggers of life, and it's subtle little things. It's hard to react with reality when these things going on, and it's a part of my reality as well. Losing a sibling and seeing people with their siblings, and it's a trigger. Even just like certain little things, it was a long time before I was able to step back outside again. It was just so much, and it affected my lifestyle. It affected me. But life happens, right? I just lost an auntie 2 months ago and a cousin a few months after that. Before that, and I need time to process these things. These people mean a lot to me. These people help me become who I am, the better parts of myself. And I just try to show that love and encouragement and just in honor of them. Just because you're gone, you're never forgotten. Especially not by me. Especially if I fuck with you, you fuck with me. Me and my sister, we used to talk about God a lot. We used to do a lot. She used to do my hair. That's why I haven't cut it. But yeah, it's a lot about me that come from my sister. And it's a lot about me that you guys will find out in time. I'm a lot of things. A creator overall. But I'm human. I'm human. And no matter what I may seem like, you know, I go through things. And I have to have time to figure out things and just gotta process what I go through in life. Some things are even too much for me, no matter what I talk about and how I get through them and how I deal with them. I'm just doing the best that I can with what I have. And I love education because the tools are out there. Opportunities are always available. It's just about your awareness. When you're on that level of awareness, you start seeing things differently. Like your perspective of life changes. You just see opportunities and they're always around. You start to see them. Like for those of you who are on this frequency, your conscious is aware. Your conscious is vibrating with my conscious, and you're probably getting pieces of downloads that's going to help you in life. The same way that I do when I go across people pages on any platform. When I see something that resonate with me, that's our consciousness saying, "Here, this is a piece that you need." Like when you're playing a video game and you need a little energy bar, and you got to go to that location where the energy lies. That's the same way as us human beings. We got to go into places where our frequency is going to be raised or be lower, depending on what vibe you're currently on and where you want to be in life. You want to be on some nonsense, it's easy to find nonsense, right? But yeah, go find your people, dog. And if this is it, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my team. Members only, Team Angie. We make money here. We be about good vibes. And everything I got is for members only. Free blueprint copy. You can grab that going by Team Angie LLC and see how you can start making money online through my mentorship. Become part of the team. I'm currently on the 90-day challenge. All right, peace and blessings, Eris, grooms. Much love. Happy Friday, by the way, as well. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all check out that website, teamangiellc.com, to grab your free blueprint copy. I just dropped a few new NFTs, also digital art, stuff like this for sale. I'm an artist, right? I keep telling y'all I create, and y'all probably like, yeah, let's see. And I just started doing that. Like it's almost been a year. I'm gonna paint some more stuff later on, but it's been so hot, right? And I only could do so much when it's really hot like that. I got high blood pressure. That's what God cursed me with, and that's what I've been dealing with. And it's just it takes some time to get through the heat. You know what I'm saying? My body temperature is always high and hot, so I have to cool down. You know, I can't do so much throughout the day. Oh yeah, that's my painting. I got digital art as well for sale. My painting is really cheap for right now. Everything really cheap except my NFTs because it costs more to make those. Yeah, I got plenty of these, plenty of art. The one on my website is a painting that I did as well. I got over 50 paintings and I got more to go. I might do a painting live. If y'all want to see me paint live, let me know. I'm all about art. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead chill for a bit. Peace and blessings. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Much love. Happy Thursday night and happy Friday morning. And wherever you from, peace and blessings. I'm right here in Michigan with it, but much love to the States. Big shout out to those of you in the UK, my London boys. Wan, what up? Also, those of you out there in India, Bandura friends, much love, peace and blessings. And all of you in the the DR, hola, hola, como te ve? How's it going? You hablo un poco español. In case you didn't know, I do speak a little Spanish. So yeah, it's a lot about me that I express, and I show myself to you guys, you know. But nevertheless, I'm a layered person, and I like to break it down from time to time. But peace and blessings, much love for all my supporters. UK, I fuck with you guys out there, bros. What up, bros? One. Also to y'all out there in Dominican Republic, como te ve? You already know what it is. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in.